gets on the mat. Still a young wrestler, being a true sophomore here on the Michigan Wolverines lineup at 149 pounds, going up against Golding here from Purdue.
And Golding doing a good job in the front headlock situation, looking to get to a corner. So on the chin with the left hand, underhook on the right side, continuing to bounce. And what's important here for Golding is to stay on his toes in this front headlock situation. It keeps the pressure on the heels of Pantaleo, and Pantaleo breaks and comes back to the neutral position. And he moves. I know you're impressed with the movement of Alec Pantaleo. If you were to say that you have one wrestler on this Michigan team, who would it be?
It's Alec Pantaleo. He might not be the highest in the rankings, but he always brings it. And it's the most exciting wrestling style, I'd have to say. Always wrestling on the feet, explosive, looking for that shot. Sheer athleticism coming from Alec Pantaleo. And as we've mentioned on air before, if you haven't seen his parkour videos on YouTube, I highly recommend. Just a testament to his athleticism. Stalling warning on Golding, though, as I say that.
So Golding pushing Pantaleo out of bounds, not allowing Pantaleo to come back in. Absolutely zero offense from Golding, just a push. So smart call from Michael Chase on the stall call. New rule this year. A lot of people don't like it, but you have to follow the rules. And it's Michael Chase didn't make them. He's just enforcing them.
And he's doing a great job of enforcing them. These new rules, I agree with them. If you're just pushing the guy off, it's just as bad as fleeing the mat. And so it was a great call there earlier on in the first period. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds left. The match is still scoreless. Let's see if one of these wrestlers can get to their offense here.
And I've really been impressed with Golding slowing down Alec Pantaleo. But we have warning on red, his second warning.
Almost evades the takedown there with that shot, though. Alec Pantaleo gets that stall point.
So Alec Pantaleo likes to work here from the open position. Very fluid, as I mentioned, in and out, not only moving his feet, but his hands as well. And that's why he's so dominant, because he doesn't allow you to really slow him down. He dictates the pace of matches by his hand fighting. And there you see it. So 2 points for the takedown and no near fall.
And that's what Alec Pantaleo does best. Gets a takedown at the end of the period. 5 seconds left on the clock. Leads the match 3-0 heading into the second. And as I mentioned, Alec Pantaleo, he is the sophomore. An impressive 18-4 record. One of the best records here on this Michigan squad. He's undecided as to his major yet. Still a sophomore. Crazy how he's just a sophomore.
And 18-4, what a great record.
3 years of eligibility left if he takes that red shirt one of these years.
And he's continued to improve. We saw in the third periods of last year he would kind of slow down, and the coaching staff challenged him to continue to wrestle, put it all together. And especially in those big matches. And that's what's really separated him, is the confidence that he has in himself, especially late in the third period against good guys, is what's separating himself from last year's Alec Pantaleo to this year's Alec Pantaleo. Falling short of All-American status, and I'll tell you, seeing 5 of your teammates on the podium, I wouldn't necessarily say it rubs you the wrong way, but it gives you the fire that you need.
That's what I was going to say. It lights a fire underneath you, and I have seen that fire this year out of Alec Pantaleo. Another stalling call against Jeremy Golding of Purdue. One more point for Alec Pantaleo, leads the match 4-0. And this is something we don't see often from Alec as well. He's riding on top, has 1 minute and 30 seconds of riding time in this second period.
And he's looking for turns, too. That's what you want to see, is the top wrestler not just float riding, not just floating in the top position, actually looking for offensive moves, looking to put points on the board, not just paying attention to that riding time. So short time left here in the second period. Pantaleo leads 4-0. A takedown and 2 stall calls.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. We need to keep the major trend going.
Well, let's see if we can do it. And Jeremy Golding filling in for Alex Griffin, who we typically see here at 149 pounds. Jeremy Golding, interestingly enough, transferred over from Northern Idaho College, was an NJCAA wrestler, was a 2-time 149-pound qualifier there, was 34-5 in 2014 for North Idaho College, was the team captain, decided to take his talents over to Purdue, where he's been wrestling great. 7-0 against Alec Pantaleo, the number 7 ranked wrestler in the country. 7-1 now with that point escape. Alec has that point of riding time. If he can get that takedown, he'll keep the trend alive.
And if he doesn't get a takedown, he's going to get a stall call, because Golding hasn't made an offensive move. You have to look to get to the legs of your opponent, and Golding hasn't done that, and this is where Alec Pantaleo thrives. Breaking his opponent. He sees a weakness in the armor of Golding, and he's going to continue to push the pace here. Just because he has that major decision right now doesn't mean he's going to stop.
And it's interesting that you said Golding hasn't come to his offense, and he was right here at the edge of the mat, close to the broadcasting booth, must have heard you, went for a shot there. Alec Pantaleo executed on it. 1 shot so far from Golding. Alec Pantaleo spins behind, easy enough.
Golding hustling, back to the center of the mat.
But we need to see that hustle between the whistles. He's hustling back to the mat, but he's not hustling while he's on the mat. He's not going to his shots. He's not committing to any takedown attempts here.
And a beautiful duck under. Wow.
Would you call that a super duck?
It was from the tie, so with the elbows, super ducks are from the open position, but a misdirection duck under, yes. Either way, it was beautiful. He didn't even know that he had the takedown. He kind of looked around.
And there